Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to my custom 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons campaign, the Edhellond Chronicles. My name's Savi and I'll be your Dungeon Master, and today we're introducing our characters that we have, and it's going to be just a basic set up the world, sort of get everybody in the door, teach them how the game will be working, and all that. This is my second group that I DM for in the same world. So there's two groups in the same world. Right now they're both doing the same campaign, but once we're finished this written campaign that I'm doing with them to start off, just sort of a starting area sort of thing, they'll be exploring the world of Edhellond in much further detail, and they really pretty much have free reign on where they go and how they affect the other group, if they ever run into the other group, and all that. So I'm pretty new to DMing. This is a new thing to me, so in the beginning of the video you'll find out that I'm a little slow to get started here, because to be honest, I didn't know any of these characters. This was all found out online, put together. This was our first time interacting and dealing with somebody. But you'll see, it's a great group of people we have that's been put together, and probably after about 5-10 minutes past the first awkward introductions, we get right to it. Everybody jumps in and plays their character, and it's a great time. So I enjoyed coming up with a story. I hope you enjoy listening to it. If you do enjoy listening to it, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and if you're interested in checking out our podcast, which we don't have, but very well could have. If you're interested in podcasts, let us know. We are also live streaming the sessions. This one was on August 17th. Our next one will be on Monday 31st at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. So I'll put a link in the description below on where you can check us out there. And so yeah, sit back, relax, and enjoy.
Yes.
My name's Savi. I am, I guess, the partial creator of Edhellond Chronicles. That name is not getting any easier to say. I guess that's what you get when you get a randomly generated name. It just doesn't sound great until you say it. We're going to be starting with a pre-written campaign that I did not write because I'm not good yet, working on it. And that's going to take us through sort of a little starting area, and then we will continue on from there into the rest of this vast world that I have created. Everyone okay with that?
Yes.
Good.
Good.
Good, because if you're not, get the fuck out. I mean, pardon my French. Get out. No, it'll be fine. We'll be good. Alright, so you guys have all created your characters and put way more planning into it than I've ever seen ever before, which is good. And yeah, we'll go from there. So let's start from left to right with Varus.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Well,
so I guess just
that'd be
give us a little rundown on your character, who he is, just kind of some of the basic stuff.
Varus is a wood elf monk. He's 125, and he's coming from this one place. Let me see. Wera Plateau. So, you know.
It's a very, very beautiful place for monks.
Well, he was very secluded there, so.
Oh, okay. All right. And so now, why has Varus traveled to the wonderful city of Neverwinter?
Well, well, let's just say he has a contract that he needs to fulfill, and it is in Neverwinter.
Fair enough, fair enough. Now, I guess I can give everybody a little bit of background about Neverwinter. In this campaign, it's a big trade city. It's kind of the gateway to the inner workings of the world around it. So there's a lot of trade ships that come through. It's pretty much where people go if they need something. If you need it, it's probably going to be in Neverwinter. So that, with that said, a lot of people travel there to search out, you know, all sorts of different things. Pleasure, leisure, business. It's kind of a city of everything. So that's a little about Neverwinter. All right, Drog Talk. If I'm saying the names wrong, please correct me, because I'll probably say them wrong numerous times.
Oh, that was perfect for me. I don't even know if I know how to say it correctly.
Perfect.
All right, we'll just wing this. So, Jartok is a human barbarian. Basically, he was raised in war, warring with other tribes. Basically, kill everything. His tribe basically got slaughtered, and he happened to survive. Shocking. So now he just kind of wanders, kind of soul searching, so to speak. He has met Valhalla, who you'll meet here in a second, and they've become fast friends for her, slow friends for him. I would say he doesn't really make friends all that easy. And his path leads him to Neverwinter. I would say probably looking for a new warhammer.
All right. Well, that works perfectly. All right. So now I will give you guys a little more information about Edhellond. I'm still probably saying it wrong. So in the handouts section, you can see religious cities. I'll pop that up for everyone to see. And what this is throughout the world there is gods and goddesses that are very openly, I guess, worshipped is the biggest thing. So you can see the first one is the goddess of the wilderness and the sea, you know, sort of light and fluffy goddesses, right? Everybody's happy about these ones, sort of thing. If you notice, there isn't any dark sort of gods or goddesses. They are around, but they don't have like a major city. They're more of like a cult that's off hidden in a cave, and it's not really a big celebration to be worshipping these other gods that are in the world, but they're not openly worshipped, sort of thing. So if you're in a city and you find somebody that worships the god of death, it's kind of like, oh hey, we're worshipping the god of death. Let's make a group where we can be death worshippers, sort of thing. So it's kind of under the radar, but they are there. But these are the major cities that house the major area to worship these gods. We don't have anyone who's overly religious in the group, do we? Character-wise. I'll take that as a solid no. Perfect.
Beat things with
my character is more of a nature sort of worshiper, but she doesn't worship any specific deity.
Perfect. Yeah, this is we have a cleric in our other group, and this is all because of him. Otherwise, it just would have been free willy-nilly, but no.
I was about to say, no paladins, clerics, none of that here.
Yeah, which is perfect. Makes it a little easier on me. All right, so Roland, your turn.
I am a wood elf rogue, originally from Ashwood Forest. Come to Neverwinter, following a string of bounty targets to put food in my mouth, and a specific target that I have in mind. I'm doing the rest to feed myself, but I've got one in mind that I'm still looking for, but seems to be rather elusive.
Well, Neverwinter is definitely a good place to look for leads on those. All right, and now I guess a little bit more about Edhellond. It is also broken into 5 kingdoms. And as you can see on the map here, it's been broken up. And as of right now, all these kingdoms are, they're fairly well off with everybody. Nobody's really at war. Probably the most recent war was the Empire of Alderus in the middle there. You can see it's sort of broken up the Republic of Forman. They went down and took over that mountain range and made it part of their own sort of deal. So that was the biggest war that happened. And since then, it's kind of subsided. There hasn't been any issues. The Republic of Forman has been all right with giving up some of their mountains with some of the trades that the Empire of Alderus has given in return. So yeah. So those are the 5 major kingdoms there. There's nothing too special about them right now. It looks like most of you are coming from the Dominion of Belend, as well as the Republic of Forman. So those are kind of going to be a big starting area, as well as heading into the Thearchy of Oleand. That name's getting... I'm going to change it to Ollie, because it's just easier to say. All right. Valhalla, it's your turn at bat.
Okay, so my character is a dwarf druid, and I know that's a little bit unusual. She was actually found by druids as an orphan child near an overturned merchant's cart in the mountains, and she's been raised with the druids for a long time, and when she was around teenage years and dwarf years, she went to kind of discover her origins and occupied a dwarven settlement for that time, and she kind of became a hero there because there was a natural disaster, and she kind of helped out a lot with her healing and helping with the sick and everything. So she got an honorary dwarven clan name for that, and now she's headed to Neverwinter with a small dwarven caravan. They really wanted her to come with them just in case anything happens, so she agreed to come with them, and so she's headed to Neverwinter with that caravan.
Excellent. All right. I think that pretty much covers the basics of why everybody's in Neverwinter. So now, I guess...
and she's from the Bina Bluffs area. Sorry, I forgot to mention that. It's the one circled in green.
It's the green circle. All right. Perfect. I believe we actually have another dwarf from that area. So that kind of works out all right. Not in this group, though, so... that'll be fun. All right, so Neverwinter. We're gonna start with all your characters. They've made their travels. I believe Drog and Valhalla previously know one another, so I'm going to assume that they traveled together with their caravan to Neverwinter. Is that all right with you guys?
Perfect.
Perfect.
I'm good with that too.
Awesome. All right, so the caravan, it's, like I said, there isn't a whole lot of war there isn't any war at the time. The Outer Plains, once you get away from the major cities, there is some troubles out there. But other than that, the caravan had been very uneventful sort of thing. But when they get to Neverwinter, they head down to the docks just to do a bit of browsing through the markets, and they come on a notice board. And the notice board says, "Looking for adventurers, rewards aplenty. Meet at the Triumphant Serpent at 6 p.m." Now, is this something that would your adventurers would enjoy? A potential job offering, as well as rewards aplenty.
I like rewards.
All right. Well, that's good. So, all of you have been traveling, and you've picked up this notice, and we're going to start actually at the Triumphant Serpent, if that's all right with everyone.
Just as an aside, my character really isn't too interested, but she's probably like with a few other dwarves that are like really interested. So she's just going with them, and Drogtalk, of course, her friends. So she's like, she doesn't really understand city life too much, so she's pretty much sticking with what she knows.
Perfect. That works. Works for me. All right. So what I have now is we have a map of Neverwinter for everybody here, and I just have to bring you over to it. There we go. So the docks are down on the west coast here. That's where the markets are. You would have found the notice board along any one of these banks. So around 6 p.m. We're just going to have you all meet at the Triumphant Serpent, and this is where our story is going to begin. All right. So 6 p.m. comes around, and you come up to the Triumphant Serpent, and you notice that it's a quite well-off inn. I'm going to assume all of you are kind of... The door's open, it says "Adventurers Welcome," and there's a barkeeper, and he just... When everybody comes in, he just says, "Everybody have a seat," and the gentleman who will be with you will be here within the next couple of minutes. So all of you, you're all kind of, I guess Drog and Valhalla are sitting together as they know one another, and Roland and Varus, you're kind of, I would assume, off doing your own sort of thing inside the inn.
Sit in the shadows or something.
Yeah.
Just kind of keeping yourself, not making any trouble, any fuss. That's good. So as you sit there and wait, you notice that there's other adventurers coming in, all sorts of different adventurers. We have dwarves, we have gnomes, we have humans, we have elves. You even see the odd half-orc walking through the doors. So there's people of all different sorts of races and all that. So it's kind of anyone's guess. But probably about 10 minutes later, 10 minutes after 6, a rugged old man walks in the door, and he's wearing he's got a chainmail shirt on with a cloak that runs down his back and covers his head. You can see that on his back he has 2 short swords, as well as a quiver of arrows. He also has a bow strapped over his back, and he walks in with his walking stick. He's got a long beard. It's starting to gray a little bit. This man looks like a very seasoned adventurer, and he comes in and he says to all the travelers, "Everybody here who's found the notice, please follow me." He then heads into a back room, and everybody walks in, and it's probably about a room that could probably fit about 10 people, but 20 people squeeze in. He closes the door behind everybody, and he goes over to a wall with a bookshelf on it. He pulls a book, and the bookshelf slides to the side and opens up to a staircase. He then walks down the staircase, and everybody follows. And you come into an area like this. This one I had to make my own, so okay, it's not great, I get it, but I did my best. All right. So
I like it.
all right,
Yeah.
as long as you like it, and as long as it gets the idea across. The man gets to the bottom of the steps. He says, "Everybody sit and mingle. The drinks are on us tonight. Enjoy your drinks, your food, anything you desire, let us know, and we'll get it brought down to you when we can. So, where would you guys probably head to?
To the bar.
To the bar?
To the bar.
All right. So we have a human barbarian at the bar. Perfect. We don't really have tokens for everybody, which is a little unfortunate, but I'll see what I can find here. You're a little gung-ho with your axe, but we'll put you there at the bar. All right.
I like it. It's great. It's perfect barbarian material.
Where's the entry door?
It's just the steps up here,
Okay, gotcha.
and you're coming down the steps, and then you're at the bar. So
I'd probably be right at the bar, right at the bottom of the steps.
right at the bar, right at the bottom of the steps. All right, and who was that? Is that
Roland.
Roland and
Archer.
Archer? All right, we'll find a token for you. And Archer. All right, they're not going to be perfect. We're going to work on getting better ones. Hopefully, if I can find
Works for me.
somebody of artistic talent, I guess we can say, which is tough to find nowadays because they all want the money. All right, Varys, where are you sitting?
I'm gonna be on the other side, on the edge of the bar there.
All right, a monk. Let's find a monk. Oh, some of these tokens are pretty ridiculous.
Oh, they're awful, aren't they?
They're just absolutely.
They are just awful.
It's just holy. All right. So at the other end of the bar. All right. And Valhalla, where are you?
I'm probably next to Drogtalk, but I'm probably trying to like keep some space because it's too crowded. So, just like I'm probably like in the this little corner here, maybe.
All right. Yep. For sure.
Right. Here.
Right there. All right. Let's see
Yeah.
if we can find something druid-like. Oh my gosh.
Maybe.
You know what? This actually works pretty good. It's not quite right,
Yeah, that looks good. I like it.
but it is a thing.
Female dwarfs, male dwarfs, they're roughly about the same.
You know.
They both have
Same
beards.
hairs.
Exactly. So now I believe you guys should actually be able to move those around. So if you do decide to move, you have free range of them. All right. So this gentleman over here, who's called you all down, he has everybody sitting and everyone's mingling and drinking. And then he comes up to everybody and he says, all right, so I'd like to welcome you all to the, I keep forgetting the name of the inn, the Triumphant Serpent. We have a very special opportunity for a very select few, and I would like to thank you for showing up, and as well wish you a good luck, and hope that I wish you good fortunes. So we're going to start with the interview process, and we will go from there. So he ducks into one of the rooms, and he leans out and he points at a dwarf that isn't part of the group, and he just goes in, and he goes in for about 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes he comes back out, and the dwarf sits down. We're going to put him over here. He doesn't need a token. He's not really important, to be honest. All right. So he comes back out and he points at the barbarian and says, Barbarian, follow me. It's your turn. So he motions for Drog to follow him into the room and allow for the interview to begin.
So before I go, I get another mug of ale that they're
Excellent.
serving,
Excellent.
and then I go
Perfect.
and join him.
Perfect. All right. So, Drog, I'd like to introduce myself. You can call me Herschel Lander. And I guess he doesn't know your name. I'm Herschel Lander, and what is your name?
Drog talk.
Drog Talk. Nice to meet you.
Mhm.
All right. So, we've summoned all these adventurers here as we are looking to put together an adventurers guild for an employer of mine. What he's doing is he'd like to put together a group of adventurers, and he'll provide you with living quarters, food, anything you need, weapons, armor, and he will provide you with a steady stream of work, and you will be rewarded for the work that you do, and will help you with any sorts of quests or adventures that you have on your own, and we're pretty much just offering you the best deal we can to work for our company. Is this something that might interest you?
There's fighting involved, right?
There will be a lot of fighting, good sir.
I'm in.
Perfect. All right. So just go and have a seat at the bar, and welcome aboard.
Cheers. He raises the mug and downs the entire thing.
Perfect. Perfect. After you, Drog, he comes out and he pulls in a few more characters, and probably about 15 minutes later, you see a few of them starting to walk up the steps with their heads down. He then motions for Roland to come in. And sorry, Roland is the archer, correct?
Correct.
Perfect. Roland, you're a good archer. What brings you to the triumphant serpent?
Hopes of food in my belly.
Food in your belly? Well, then do I have a deal for you. First things first, my name's Herschel Lander. He goes through the spiel. You guys introduce yourselves, all that. He offers you the same sort of deal as he did Trog. I could go over it again, but we'll pretend that everybody knows it. Is this something that might interest you, Roland?
This is the opportunity that I was hoping for coming to the city.
Excellent. We will, this is definitely something that I think will help you out as well as help everybody else out. Just so head back out, have a seat, and we'll continue through the night. Perfect. All right, so he goes out next, and he motions for Valhalla to come in. Perfect. All right. Once again, same sort of spiel, except he mentions, I noticed that you came in with Drog Talk, and this definitely seems like something he's interested in. Is this something that you might be interested in, or is there any way that we can help you with some of your endeavors that you have in mind?
There's food dribbling down her chin. She hasn't taken the time to wipe it off. She looks like a complete mess from when she was eating. And she just kind of stares at the man for a while, and then she thinks about it, and she's just, if Drogtalk is going, he's been my friend, then I would like to help him. But is there some people that are in need of help that I can, like, is this a situation in which people are really in need of help? Because I'm not really interested in gold. I live in the wilderness. I don't really need it.
Fair enough. Yeah, we are the contracts that we'll be completing. There's all sorts of different contracts that the employer will be, I guess, collecting for everybody, and there's definitely all sorts. So helping people, there's potentially caravan work on helping transport goods, stuff like that. So it's not all axe ablazing sort of thing. It's just anything that the employer asks you to do, and he just expects for you to help. And in return, he gives you food and drink and a place to live at no cost.
Can I be friends with your employer?
This employer, he's actually not even known by myself. I've been summoned by him, or by one of his staff, and I'm putting together the group for him. But you know, with time, I'm sure that you and I might become friends, as well as the other people that we put together for the group.
Then you are my friend, Mr. Lander, and Drog Talk is my friend, and I will help you with your adventuring company.
Thank you, Valhalla. It's great to have you part of the party. And so let's return out to the room and continue with the feast and the drink tonight. All right. So he continues on, and he pulls in more people, and more people are heading upstairs because they just didn't make the cut. And then it comes down to the last person, and he motions for Varus to come in. Perfect. They run through the spiel. He says, so is this something that you might be interested in, Varus?
Well, I already do have a contract out, but I could always use it's a pretty complicated contract, so I could always use some extra money around.
Extra income, excellent. Well,
yeah.
If there is ever a time where we don't have any contracts, I'm sure we could talk to our employer on assisting you with your outstanding one as well. So we're definitely here to help you and provide you with the services of the guild as well. So,
well, I'm pretty sure that just being around will help with my contract.
Excellent. Perfect. Let's head back out into the room and get together with the final group. All right. So after everybody's come out, I would like everybody to roll a perception.
Roll or passive?
Just roll one.
Perception. Boom.
So we have 16, 19, 9,
Oof.
and an 8. All right, well,
Oops.
you're lucky. This is a pretty easy one. You're all sitting around drinking, eating, and you notice that there's 2 other adventurers sitting in the bar. It was the dwarf that first came in, and what you can see from him, he's a big burly man, blonde hair, blonde beard, and a big two-handed or a great axe. And the other is a gnome who's in a dark cloak and a curly mustache, as well as a full beard, and he's got a few daggers at his side. So Herschel comes out and he says, I'd just like to thank everybody for being here so far. The night's gone well. We do have a few more decisions to make, as we are looking to only go with 4 adventurers. And as you can see, there's 6 of you here right now. So who we're going to start with is we're going to start with Drog Talk and Derby Bronzefist. And the dwarf stands up and directs his attention to the barbarian. He's like, it's a very simple task that we're going to do to decide who is taking the role. I need you 2 gentlemen to come over to this table and take a seat. So Derby Bronzefist walks over to the table and takes a seat. He's like, all right, gentlemen, this is simple. It's It's just a good old-fashioned arm wrestle. So all I need you to do is roll a strength check. All right, so we get a 7. And Derby gets a 7. So the two of you, you start the battle, and you're both pushing against one another, and nothing happens. Your arms are just deadlocked, and nobody really makes any headway. So another strength check would be good. We have a 10. And Derby has a 9. All right, so as Drog is straining away, he's starting to make a little bit of headway, and he's slowly pushing the fist down of Derby Bronze Fist. And one more roll for strength.
Oof.
And with this last oomph of burst, Drog goes down and smashes Derby Bronze Fist's hand onto the table, and Derby just stands up, clutching his hand. He's like, "This is twice in 1 week this has happened," and he storms out of the basement of the inn, up the steps.
Drinks.
Herschelander goes over and congratulates Drog and says, "Drog, welcome to the group. You did a mighty fine job in your arm wrestling." All right. So now he calls over the gnome, who is Tweeterbottom Smitherson. And as he approaches, you notice that he has a few scorch marks on his robes, and his beard and his mustache are a little singed. He's like, "All right, gentlemen, Roland, I need you to follow me, as we are going to have a knife throwing competition." So on this side over here, there is a dartboard. So all I need you to do is, I guess, make a ranged attack and see how you do, Roland.
A ranged attack.
And we'll say you're just throwing a knife with your ranged attack, but perfect. So a 16, excellent. And for Mr. Twitterbottom, he's going to roll, and he gets a natural 20.
Wow.
Excellent. So he throws. Okay. So he throws the knife, and it sticks right in the bullseye. And yeah, we're going to throw another knife, so you can take another throw there, Roland.
Should I be doing my dagger attack, or should I just be doing a d20?
Your dagger's good. That's what you're proficient in. At 22, all right. And he gets an 18. So now, so you're down by, no, you guys are tied for points. All right. So you guys both throw, and the points are tallied, and you're tied. So it's going to come down to this last throw. So go ahead, Roland. And a 21. Ooh. All right. So Twitter Bottom Smitherson, I believe his name was. I should really come up with better names that I can remember.
Bottom?
Yeah, that's the one. He pulls out a very special jewel encrusted dagger. He's like, "There's no way I can miss with this one." So he winds up and he throws it, and he pretty much just throws it right into the stone wall, and it bounces back and sits at his feet. He's like, "Oh, I
I
can't
laugh out loud.
I can't believe this. And the young gnome picks up his knife and he's like, these guilds are the stupidest things I've ever come across. And he runs up the steps and out of the inn. So Herschel goes over to Roland, says, congratulations, everybody, and welcome to the Adventurers Guild. I have some goodies for you, because I forgot to tell you that everybody would have traveled in just some adventurer's clothing sort of thing. Nothing overly too fancy. You may have a walking stick or something like that. So he says, follow me over to this wonderful chest off to the side. And I would like everybody to roll a perception.
20.
20, 11. Drog is 5. Okay.
I see things.
You see a chest. That is it. Varus, Valhalla, and Roland all notice that this is a very ornate-looking chest, and around the cracks there is a yellow glow emitting from it, and it has a big lock on the front of it. Herschel goes over to the lock and pulls from his pocket a big key, and he puts it in the lock, and as he lifts the lid, a yellow light emits and it fills the room. So he calls Varus over, and he reaches in and he pulls out a ninjato, I think I'm saying that right, and hands it to him, and a kunai, and hands that to him as well. And he says, Varus, I hope these tools of the trade are here to help you on your travels, and I hope that they give you the attack and defense that you need in our many adventures we have ahead.
He says, thank you very much. Yeah.
All right. Herschel then reaches back in and he pulls out a big war hammer and hands it to Drog, as well as 4 javelin and a big shield. And he says the same to Drog. I hope these tools of the trade are for you, and I hope you use them to the best that they can be used. He then reaches into the chest again for Roland, and he pulls out a short sword, 2 daggers, and a short bow, as well as some leather armor. And he once again says, these are yours. We wish you the best of luck, and we hope that they are suiting for you. And finally, we have Valhalla, and he reaches in. He pulls out a quarterstaff and hands it to you, and then he reaches in and pulls out some leather armor and wooden shield. And oddly, all the armor has already been fit, and it's not too big. It almost seems like it's been custom built armor just for the wearer of this armor. So he says, now that we've handed out all the goods, we just have a few more things that we need to discuss before we head off to bed and get a start in the morning. So as an employee, there's a few things you're entitled to. You get your food, you get amenities, as in you get a place to sleep, a place to eat, and if there's anything else you need, be it tools or anything, the company will supply you as best as possible. But with that said, there is some overhead that we do need to look after, and what that is there is a 45% cut that the employer gets for all the gold that you will receive. Is that all right with everybody?
It is fine by me. It is only fair, being outfitted as such.
All right.
Sure.
All right. Drog, Valhalla, are you all right with this as well?
You're a good friend, Mr. Lander. I'm pretty good with that. I believe you. It's good. Everything's fine.
Perfect.
As long as there's plenty of blood to be spilt, I'm happy.
That there shall be. And at a further date, we will be able to discuss maybe a lower rate depending on the skills that you acquire and assist us in assist with our contracts. So, all right. On that note, it's turned to about 9 p.m. in the world, and Herschel says, I'm about to turn in for the night as we do have an early morning ahead of us. We have a contract, and feel free to stay up and eat, drink, enjoy yourselves, and we will get started in the morning. So he then moves into his room and turns in for the night. And what do all of you decide to do?
More booze.
More booze. All right.
I'd like to check out, peek in at the rooms and see if any of them have any windows.
All of them do have a window, yes.
Okay, I'll
And
grab this room
and
down at the end here.
the bartender says, the rooms are all the same. Feel free to choose whichever you desire.
I am somewhat fascinated by the smell of my leather armor, and after a while of finishing my food, I don't even bother to clean up. I just go to the room, I lay on the bed, and then I'm like, this is really not very comfortable, and I take the pillow, and I notice it's made of feathers, and I kind of rip it apart, and then I sleep on the floor.
Okay.
Varys is just meditating in the corner, as the elves do.
As elves do, correct. All right. 9 p.m. or 9 a.m. comes around. So when he said early start, he meant, we'll start when we start sort of thing. And Herschel goes and knocks on all the doors, waking everybody. And
Slapping Drag in the face.
I'm already awake.
Roland's awake, perfect. There's breakfast.
I wake up with a start with feathers in my hair and still food, dried food on my chin.
Excellent. There is some food set out on the tables for everybody. Feel free to eat, and I will fill you in on where we will be going today.
Ah,
All right. What sort of meals would everybody like to eat? Because we'll get them made for you specially, because that's what kind of service that this company is going to provide you. It's nice custom meals. What would you like? You name it, we'll do our best to get it. Anyone? Anyone?
Will we be traveling today?
We will be traveling today.
I like some good fowl of some sort.
All right, we can get you that. No problem.
meat and ale.
Meat and ale. All right, excellent. This is no problem.
Totally not too early to drink.
Never. It's never too early to drink.
Never too early.
Drog talk the drunkard.
All right. So, Herschel goes over, talks to the barkeep, who's apparently just stands there all night and waits for anybody to acknowledge that he's alive. And he runs upstairs.
text bubbles
Yeah.
appear above his head.
I give the barkeep a concerned look. Is that shadows under his eyes?
He'll be okay. We're paying him a handsome fee to serve us. So he runs upstairs and comes down, serves everybody their food, and Herschel reaches into his pouch and pulls out 4 maps that he hands to everybody. And he says, here's the map. We're here in Neverwinter, as you know, and our first trek is to Phandalin, and that is where we will be going to. And it should be a pretty uneventful journey. We have received a contract from Gundren Rockseeker. He is hiring us to escort a wagon of supplies all the way to Phandalin, and it's pulled by some oxen, so we're really just there to make sure that it gets where it's going to. It should be a very uneventful journey for us. So, yeah. So everybody eat up, then grab all your supplies, and if there's anything we need before we head out, feel free to let me know and we can pick it up before we head to the south wall, and we shall go from there. So everybody's eating. Good.
Nom 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 nom.
I stuffed some food into my pockets.
Perfect. You never know when you're going to need that. I guess,
Exactly.
I guess you can.
Old food, yes.
I guess you can add 1 ration to your your inventory. So.
Such a generous DM.
Yeah. Oh, perfect. All right. So, as everybody's finished, Herschel asks one last time, is there anything that anybody needs? Any tools, anything before we head out? Anyone? Good to go?
Nothing. No response.
Excellent.
Nope.
That's what I like to hear. So, as they head to the south wall of Neverwinter, which would be here, which is right here. Ping. Oh, it's not letting me ping. Okay. Please,
Hold down a little bit.
please let me. There we go. I was on the wrong thing. All right. So right at the black ping there. Beautiful, beautiful. It's black because that's the color of my heart. So if you see any darkness, I've probably been there. So that's where you'll be starting. Herschel walks you there, and you see the cart pulled by some oxen. He lets you know that Gundren he was quite excited about having a caravan sent for him, but he has rushed ahead to meet up with his brothers as they have found something big. He's also going to be paying everybody 10 gold pieces for escorting his supplies to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandalin. He sets out with a warrior called Sildar Halwinter. They had headed out probably about an hour earlier just to take care of some business. So yeah. From here, we will start our adventure. You'll be heading south on the Tribor Trail. Perfect.
So we're in a group of wagons, or there's one wagon?
There's just one wagon being pulled by 2 oxen. These oxen have made this trip before, so you pretty much... they're pretty well trained oxen, I guess you can say. If there's somebody there holding the reins, they will walk. If there's nobody there holding the reins, they will stop. So yeah. Perfect.
I'd like to trail maybe 10, 15 feet behind and to the side of the wagon,
Okay.
with my bow ready, keeping a lookout
Okay, perfect.
as we're leaving.
Where is everybody else positioned on the wagon?
I walk next to the oxen. I feel more comfortable around them.
Okay, perfect.
I'll drive.
All right.
I'm a good driver, I think.
Varus hops up and goes from there. And Drog, where are you?
I'm probably to the left of the wagon, still on the road, clearly beside the wagon.
Yeah, this is it's quite a well-traveled road, so there shouldn't be any issues. Yeah. So, what sort of thing do you guys talk to one another? I guess you, two of you are quite good friends. Is there any banter
Maybe.
between the two of you, or between the four of you, figuring out what's going on, how everybody came there?
So Varus, you're driving?
Yep.
Do you have any ale?
I'm driving. Why would I have ale?
Because you could drink and drive. The oxen know where they're going.
No, I did not grab any ale.
Could you roll a perception roll, Drog?
Sure. See if he's lying. Let's do that. Just kidding.
All right.
See no ale.
He notices that there is a cart and it has stuff on it. What the stuff is beyond Drog.
Who knows?
Who knows?
Beyond comprehension. It's a wooden box.
Yeah. Varus, could you roll a perception as well?
Okay. Let's see here. Perception is this one.
A 23.
Very nice.
All right. So, Varus, after having this conversation with Drog, looks back at the cart and obviously sees that the wagon is full of mining supplies and food, including a dozen sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of strong ale, shovels, picks, and crowbars, about a dozen each, and 5 lanterns with a small barrel of oil. So there is ale. And the total value of the cargo probably comes up to about 100 gold pieces, you would assume. From
For my seclusion in the wilderness, I would know that.
You can tell this, yeah.
I go, well, it looks like there's ale in the back of the cart, but I wouldn't steal from them.
Ale?
All right. Drog, do you wish to continue your ale quest?
He looks around. So it's just in a cask?
Yeah, it's just it is.
There's no way to actually
there's
out without destroying the barrel.
2 kegs of strong ale. If you would like to, you can further investigate the kegs of ale.
I would like to investigate the kegs of ale to see if there's any tapping devices around.
I'm gonna see him messing with the kegs of ale, and I'm gonna walk up and kind of give him a swat and ask him what he thinks he's doing. We're here to deliver the kegs of ale, not drink them.
And now, is this in a aggressive manner or more of a persuasion manner?
More of an agitated manner, so I guess it would be more of an intimidation.
All right, well, let's roll an intimidation.
Oh, great.
Oh, boy.
Do I notice what's going on?
You can roll
a
Valhalla, you can roll
ale.
a perception. Ooh, a 14 intimidation. Oh, my. And Valhalla, a perception.
I'm sorry, it's a little slow.
No worries, no worries. A 16. All right, Valhalla, you definitely notice what's going on. And intimidation. You look at Drog, and then you realize he's one tank of a man, and he's just gonna brush off your stern talking that you've delivered him. Drog, do you have a rebuttal?
Well, what did he say? Did he slap me on the hand or what? Like,
Well, I believe there was a slap on the hand and a "what do you think you're doing?"
he looks at his hand and looks at him. There's ale in there.
And again, we're not here to drink it. We're here to deliver it. If we don't deliver these goods intact, do you think they're really going to pay us?
There's ale in there.
There is ale in there.
All right.
I don't see any problem with.
Drog, let's look at it this way. We've got an inn back at Neverwinter with bottomless ale mugs. If we drink these and we deliver and we fail this contract, do you think that those bottomless ale mugs are going to be in Neverwinter waiting for us when we get back?
Wow.
Fine.
All right. As this is decided, you guys have only traveled.
I head over to Drog Talk and I pull some food out of my pocket and I hand it to him. This is all that I have here.
Oh,
you can have some.
excellent.
Maybe that'll help.
Excellent. Oh my goodness. All right. So in this time, you've traveled a total of 50 feet, and Herschel is still standing at the gates, and he sees this going on. He yells, "If you touch anything on that trailer, I will come over there and personally break every single one of your legs. Stop it."
All two of them.
Oh,
I think he means collectively.
collectively, everybody's legs broken if anything's missing from that cart.
All right. You should probably not do that.
I nod to him. I jump up on top of the goods on top. I position myself in the middle of everything and keep watch both of our surroundings and of the wagon. Bow ready.
Do friends typically break each other's legs? This doesn't seem like a very friendly thing to do. I mean, I don't know the customs of this place. Maybe it is.
This is true. This is very strange to you. And, well, Herschel's a very rugged and grizzled man, so he's a little rough on the edges. He's seen many battles in his day. So, all right. Well, now that we've gotten through the great
First 50 feet.
the great ale debate, from here on, we've traveled probably for 3 days, and there's no more issues. Everything's been fine. It's been a nice, quiet travels for 3 days. Oh my goodness. That was good. I like that. So, you come to an intersection, and you see it as... I will show you. It's called the Tribor Trail. So, on this trail, you head out, and... So, you've been on the Tribor Trail for half a day. As you come to a bend, you spot 2 dead horses sprawled about 50 feet ahead of you, blocking the path. Each has several black feather arrows sticking out of it. The woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thickets on either side. All right, on that note, I think this is a good place to end it, the first episode. There will be one more episode that we got with the first session, and then after that we will be recording some more. You've been introduced to all the characters. They're great characters, and as you can see, everybody kind of opened up and started having a little more fun once we got past that first awkward little stage there. On that note, you may have noticed at the beginning of the video I put a piece of artwork there that was a because of Google. Thank you very much, Google. If you're an aspiring artist and would like your artwork to be part of the Edhellond campaign Chronicles, be sure to let me know. Send me a message, leave a comment on Facebook, or well, I don't even know where else, YouTube, something like that, and we can get you in there and we'll give you credit, stuff like that as well. Good way to get your art out there. If you like this video, be sure to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share it with the people you know and anybody else that you think might like it. And we hope to see you on Monday the 31st at 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time for the live stream. The link will be down below. As well, check out our other campaign that we're running on another channel. The link will be below as well. And I think that's it. Pretty much. We hope to see you next time. Bye-bye.